Well, hello there. Welcome to this instructional video of This is Merging, where we will cover how to perform the basic installation and setup for this tool. My name is Jose Castro and I am a Microsoft Dynamics NAV developer and also the creator of this tool. Before we start, I must say that everything on this video is also covered by the documentation included in the package you can find on codefornav.com/tim, as you can see on the bottom side of this slide. With that being said, let's get started, shall we? In this video, we will learn several things. First, we will learn how to install TIM in the database by importing the objects using the development environment. Secondly, we will prepare a few very simple things in NAV and PowerShell that the tool needs to work properly. And finally, we will see how to define the basic setup for TIM and how to make all the functionality available by activating the dedicated role center. You will also need to keep in mind that this product has different prerequisites in order to work properly. These prerequisites are a developer's license, and the reason behind this need is that TIM works with objects in the 89,000 range, a Dynamics NAV 2015 installation with the development environment, the RTC client, and of course the SQL database behind it with an NAV instance we can use to connect to it, full permissions inside NAV with the super permission set, full permissions inside the development environment to work with objects, administration rights on the machine where TIM is going to be installed. We will also need PowerShell in the machine, and the minimum version of PowerShell required is the same that NAV requires to be installed. And of course, we will need the package with This is Merging that you can download from the URL you see on the bottom side of the screen. Now, in order to install This is Merging, we need to open the database with the development environment. Check that no other objects exists with the same ID so that we do not run into any conflicts. Import the objects from either a FOB or TXT file. Compile everything and, of course, open the RTC client once we are done. We have now seen an overview of the different steps we need to perform in order to do this. Let's go to the development environment. What we have on screen is the development environment of NAV 2015 with a standard untouched database. All I have to do is go to File, Import, and look for my file. In my case, I know it's here. And I have both the FOB file and TXT file. In my case, I will choose the FOB file and I will open it. NAV is telling me that no conflicts are found, so I will just go ahead and continue. I will sync with validation. I will choose the instance. And wait until it's finished. Now that the process has finished, I can close this window and find all the objects. To do this, I will just filter the version list using the string and click OK. Here I can see every object. All I will do is select all the objects and compile them again. Great, now we have all the objects we need installed in our database. This part of the process will mostly allow TIM to use the PowerShell commandlets. To do this, we first must open a PowerShell command prompt and make sure it is run as an administrator. Now all we have to do is run both of the commands we see on point 1 and point 2 of the slide. Also, we will need to change the service account that starts the instance of NAV and make sure that we use a user that is an administrator on the machine. And after all of that, we will need to just restart the instance. Let's see it. We get our PowerShell command prompt and just type both of those instructions, accepting any messages. In this case, set execution policy remote signed. Yes, and it's done. And then the second one, enable PS remoting. PS remoting with the parameter skip network profile check. Here we will have different questions, accept and accept. Those two commands we just executed are mandatory, otherwise Team cannot work properly. The last thing we need to do is to change the service account that starts the NAV instance and then restart the NAV instance. So here I have the NAV instance manager of my local installation where we can see different instances. In this case, the instance I'm using is Team200, where we can see that it started by a service account named Servicio de Red, which is network service. We have to change that. To do this, we will click here and select the login account configuration, edit, and then change for an account that's actually an administrator. I will save the changes and I will restart the instance. To do this, I will right click on the instance and select restart. I will accept, and the instance has restarted correctly. We can move forward to the last step. Now all that's left to do is just to answer a simple series of questions and have the basic setup done. Let's do it. I will open the RTC client and go to the departments. This is merging, setup, and team setup. We see everything is empty. Now I will click on install default team and I will just go through with the questions. Are you sure you wish to install the default setup for team? Yes. The profile was created successfully. Select the users you want to install team for, in this case for all the users. It tells me it has been installed for one user and I have to restart the NAV client. Do I wish to override it with the default? Yes. And it asks me, do you wish to calculate the percentage of automatic merging for each project? This could slow down the merging part a bit, although it is recommended to activate it. I will click yes. Default setup defined. Please make sure all the paths are correct by going into the setup. Great. Installation complete. Now all I have to do is check everything is correct, and in case I want to change any of the editors, I can just do it here. I will click OK and restart the RTC client. And now I can see that I am indeed in the team role center where I have my projects, my code bases, this is merging part with the different elements it has, etc. And that was the installation and basic configuration process for This Is Merging. You will be able to find more interesting information and videos related to the product on codefornav.com/team. My name again is Jose Castro, and you can feel free to contact me by any method you see on the screen regarding this product. Thank you for your interest, and I will see you next time.